We're starting Gadyasangraha today. This is one of the texts of the three which are prescribed for the first paper in Samartha. We looked at Kavijivitani, then we have Gadyasangraha. The other one is Champu Balakanda. Gadyasangraha, there are totally 10 lessons here. This is a combination of portions of prose text, prose works. They have actually taken from different works. They've taken only small sections and put it for us as an introduction to understand and study the entire Gadyam, which we will read in the sixth level, Vidya Bhushana. Next level, we will read the Sangraha of Kadambari, and then for the sixth level, Vidya Bhushana, we will read the entire both Daśakumāracaritam and Kadambari. So as an introduction, they have given samples from 10 different works here. Actually, from Daśakumāracaritam, he has given 2 samples, which is nice. From Kadambari, there is one. Vetala Panchavimshati is another work compiled by Surendranath Shastri and Harivamsha. The first lesson is Sattvashila, which is taken from Vetala Panchavimshati, which has been written by Surendranath Shastri and Harivamsha. It's actually taken from somewhere else. So it's not the original creation of these two people, but it is a compilation taken from different sources, and they have also added their own corrections to it also. The next one is Magadha Malaveshayoho Shauryam, which is taken from Daśakumāracaritam, the first, second Uchvasa, or the first Uchvasa itself, it comes. Pitraputrayoho Prema is taken from Harshacharitam. The author there is Banabhatta. Hitopadesha, which is Shukanasa Upadesham, a condensed version of it. If you look at these, this is not directly, they have not taken it completely from the original text. They've actually cut out certain portions, some Visheshana Padam or some sentences, which they feel may not be so relevant in the cogency of the story. Just to give us an idea of the prose. That is what we need here. Okay, so it is not the entire Shukanasa Upadesha from the original, but just a selection or a condensed version of that. The next is Bhushana Kavehe Shivaraja Darshanam, which has been taken from Shivaraja Vijayam, a work which talks about Shivaji's rule. This is written by Ambika Datta Vyasa. The sixth one again, which we will start from today, is Grihini Gunaha, Daśakumāracaritam. The seventh one is Kumara Shikshanam, which is taken from Mandara Manjari, written by Vishweshwara Pandeya. As you go further down, you will see that the last two are more modern authors. So the eighth one is Aryavartaha, which is taken from Damayanti Katha, written by Trivikrama Bhatta. This is a more earlier poet. We will read about each of them as we go into that particular lesson. Ksheerabdhimatanam, Digvijaya Yatra has been taken from Vemabhupalacharitam. It's Charita Sangraha. It's not the original. So this is written by R. Krishnamacharya. Vemabhupalacharitam is the original, and Sangraha has been written by Krishnamacharya. Ksheerabdhimatanam is the last one, which has been taken from Vaidehi Vivaha. This is written by K.M. Krishnamurti Shastri. This is also a modern author in the sense, probably he lived in the 19th century or the early 20th century. Now we'll start with the sixth lesson. Just to switch up things a little bit. That's why we are starting from the sixth one, so that we can go over the Vyakaranam portion, which I did not do in the Tamil section. So we will start with the sixth, where we can do the Vyakaranam also side by side. Let's start with the Mangala Shlokam of Daśakumāracaritam and then move on. So I'll give a little introduction about Gadya. So Gadya Lakshanam, as given in Sahitya Darpana, is Vritta Bandha Ujjitam Gadyam. Vritta Bandha Ujjitam. Ujjitam is Rahitam. Any kavyam, any bandha, any poetry or work, composition, which does not have the bandha or the tight, let's say, the அமைப்புன்னு சொல்றோம் இல்லையா, அது கிடையாது. The organization of the words into a meter is not present in Gadya. But you will find certain things which are resembling a Vrittam. You will find some which are like Sragvini, or it is like something. As you read, you may find, oh, this seems to fit into Anushtup. This seems to fit into Shardula Vikritam. That can also occur. So that type of Gadyam is called Vritta Gandhi. So you can have a semblance of Chandas in the Gadyam, but in general, it does not, the majority of the work does not have Gadyam at all, that does not have meter at all. I say 95% because you can have shlokas as the situation demands. So when somebody is writing a shloka, somebody wants to convey something to another person, he might write a shloka and send it. So Padyam Rachayamasa. So what is an example of that Padyam? There will be a shloka there. But there are very specific meters in which you have to write that shloka. It should be Aparavaktra, Arya, Geeti. These are only the Vrittams that they have to use. Matra Chandas is only used. Akshara Chandas is not used in Gadyam works. That is specifically, and there will be only 2 or 3. Totally, if you look at Kadambari, the work itself is huge, but the number of shlokas there will, if you leave out the Mangala shlokas of 25 in number, interspersed with Gadyam, you will have only 2 or 3 shlokas in the whole Gadyam text. That's all, nothing else. Otherwise, majority, 99% of the text is without any Vrittam. Apadav padasantanaha gadyam tadapi kathyate. This is from Agni Puranam. Apadaha padasantanaha. Padasantanaha santanaha samohaha. Padasya padanam samohaha vartate. Kintu apadaha. Here you take it as shlokasya chatvaraha padaha vartante. Atra pada, there is no semblance of padam there. It is not divided into pada. It is the discrepancy of the author to divide it into paragraphs if he wants. Otherwise, he need not even divide it into, because if you look at the manuscripts, it will just be written in one big sentence. That's it. He need not divide it into even paragraphs. There can be chapters also. If you look Kadambari, there is only one that Banabhatta wrote. It is not divided into chapters in Kadambari. But for Daśakumāracaritam, it is divided into chapters. Yeah, I have a question.
So you're saying that in Gadyam, shlokas can be rare and they can be usually only in Matra Chandas. So that means that in Champu, they're not restricted to Matra Chandas and there'll be much more. Is it a matter of quantity and a matter of different chandas used? Is that the difference between Champu versus Gadyam?
So Champu should be a mixture of Gadyam and Padyam. You can think of it in terms of, say, 50-50.
Okay. And
Gadyam, and in a Gadya text, it is predominantly Gadya.
Okay. And in the Champu, there's no restriction on the meters. Unlike,
no.
Okay, you can
use Kavya.
Akshara Chandas as well.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So in a Champu, it is like a Padya Kavyam and Gadya Kavyam mixed together.
So what is the flavor of a Matra Chandas that makes it so different that, that you can use it in a Gadyam? I mean, obviously there are, what is your opinion of Matra Chandas versus Akshara Chandas? What is the essential difference between the two?
So Akshara Chandas is more tight. It's more strict in its appearance and formation. Whereas Matra Chandas need not be so strict.
That's almost like a talam, right? Matra Chandas is more like beats of time, right? It's just time based, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So I can have, if you take Arya Vrittam, look at Mukha Panchashati Arya Vrittam. The first one is Karana Parachidrupa, Kanchi Purasim, Kamapitha Gata. So that's how it goes. There is another one which starts with Kutila Kacham, Kathina Kacham. That's how it goes. So you can even have different flavors to it.
It's like the beats of a drum, you can. It's very Tala specific, like time based.
Free flowing also.
Free flowing. Okay.
It's more free flowing. So if If I want, I can change it this way. If I want, I can change it that way. I can't do that with the Vamshastha or Rathodata.
I see. I see. But still, it is pada. Every pada has sticks to one template.
Yes, yes, that is there. It has to have, like for a Arya, we need for some 14, 12, 14, 18, something like that is there. There is a number of matras that you need to have in one pada.
And this rule that Gadyam should only have, if it has shlokas, it should only be Arya Chandas. Is that because we observe it in the existing Gadyams that we know? It's not like the Sahitya Shastra has written it down somewhere, right? Like Gadyam Nama Itadeva Bhavitavyam iti.
Rules always come after your examples. So Lakshyas came first, rules came later. Language came first, grammar came later. That's all. So they would have definitely observed how people used it and in general what is the practice, and then only written the lakshanas.
And in these Gadyams that we listed in the previous page, do you which are there ones? Most of the ones don't have any shlokas, or like all of them have a few shlokas?
All of them have shlokas as far as I have seen.
Oh, okay.
I have not seen Vaidehi Vivaha Vemo Bhupalacharitam and Damayanti Katha. There is a shloka, I know. Mandara Manjari, I'm not sure. Maybe. But the rest have, I know. Harshacharitam, Daśakumāracaritam, Vetala Panchavimshati. Yes, Shivaraja Vijayam, all of these have, I know.
Got it.
The last three or four I need to check.
Got it.
Okay. So this Grihini Gunaha is taken from, even though this Gadyam is very free-flowing and all that, it is still called as the touchstone of Kavi. Gadyam Kavinam Nikasham Vadanti. Because it is a bigger playground, to write it in a very interesting manner is difficult. Kavyam is actually, you can make it rasapurvam with upama, that there's one famous person, I'm not sure who said this, but he said restriction breeds creativity. So when you are restricted by the meter, it actually gives rise to more creativity, and it's very easy to attract people. Whereas with Gadyam, it is difficult. That is why even now, the Sanskrita Gadyakāvyams are read very less and less. They don't want to get into it, and it's too terse a language and difficult for people to grasp. So hopefully this Gadyasangraha will make people more, make them read Gadyam more. This particular Grihini Gunaha, the 6th lesson, has been taken from Daśakumāracaritam, from the 6th Uchvasa. He divides his chapters into Uchvasas. Some can divide into chapters, some do not divide into chapters, so it depends upon the author there. There is no restriction there. Whereas Mahakavyam or Kavyam has to have sargas. There is a rule for that. Here, there are no such rules. You can have, you need not have. So it's a nice playground for the poets to work around with. Daśakumāracaritam, 6th Uchvasa, deals with the one Kavi. So the one of the ministers or one of the Vaishya. So a king is banished. That king, the queen has a son. There are ministers who are loyal to that king and they also go with him to the forest. Each one of those people have a child. There are totally 10 princes. Now, princes here refers not to 10 Kumara, 10 men, okay? So, 10 of those youth are together. They are like friends. They grow up together in the forest. The banished king is present in the forest, and along with the prince, all of the ministers' children, the merchants' children, all of these people also grow with them. So, they are the 10 Kumara. Their charitam is described in every one of these Uchvasas. So the first one deals with the king, Rājavāhana, Rājahamsa. Yeah. Then each section deals with they are separated first, and then they go have their own adventure, come back and relate that adventure to the prince here. So that is how Daṇḍi has framed his work here. So in this sixth Uchvasa, we start with the Gomini Upakhyanam. That is the section that we are looking at. The word Gomini will not even come here. It is there only in the original Daśakumāracaritam. We don't have that here at all. So we'll start with the first Mangala Shlokam and then go on. Brahmanda Chhatra Dandaha Shata Dhriti Bhavanam Boruho Amboruho Nala Dandaha Kroni Naukupadandaha षरदमरसर पट्टिका केतुदंडः ज्योतिश्चक्राक्षदंडः त्रिभुवन विजयस्तंभ दंडोंग्रि दंडः श्रेयस्त्रैविक्रमस्ते वितरतु विबुधद्वेषिणां कालदंडः. This is the Mangala Shlokam of Daśakumāracaritam. It's a very famous shloka. It also has the word danda in every padam to indicate that it is Daṇḍi who has written this shloka.
Is it an adaptation of some story in Katha Sarit Sagara?
This one, no.
No, it's completely Daṇḍi's creation, the whole thing.
Completely.
Oh. Okay.
No source at all. His brain is his source here.
Okay, cool.
It's an amazing story to read. Even in English, you can just go through that. It's very interesting to read this. Brahmanda Kala Dandaha Traivikramaha Kala Dandaha Te Shreyaha Vitaratu Vibudha Dveshinam Kala Dandaha Traivikramaha Angri Dandaha. So the Anvaya here goes from Traivikramaha, the Angri Danda, the foot which belongs to Danda here refers to the stick-like foot, where in Trivikramavatara, Vishnu stretches his leg up to the Brahmanda, and he describes that leg, padam of Vishnu in this format. He says, Trivikramasya ayam Angridandaha Te Shreyaha Vitaratu, let it give you prosperity, which is everything is an adjective to that. Angridanda. Brahmanda Chhatra Dandaha. It is like if you take Brahmandam as an umbrella, this Trivikrama Avatara Vishnu's leg seems to be the dandam of that umbrella. Every umbrella has a stick, and this leg seems to be like the stick for the Brahmandam, which is like an umbrella. Shata Dhriti Bhavana Amboruha. Amboruho Nala Dandaha. Okay. Shata Dhriti Bhavanam would be idilya Brahma. Brahmanaha Amboruha. Urnamsha. The Shata Dhriti is Brahma. Why? I don't know, probably 100 sacrifices, just as how we please Indra and the other devas. Brahma also has that, maybe, I don't know. But Shatadhriti is Brahma. Tasya Bhavanasya Amboruha. So Bhavanam, he is sitting on the Nabhi Kamalam of Vishnu. Right? So that Amboruh would be Ambhasi Rohate iti Amboruh. That is the Pratipadikam. So Ruhaha would be in sixth case here. So Shatadhriti Bhavana Kamalasya Naladandaha iva vartate asya Angrihi. So his foot is like the stalk of a lotus. That lotus is actually the Nabhi Kamalam of Vishnu himself. How do I imagine all that? It's very difficult to imagine that way, but you just take it as it is the support. Just as how a stalk is the support of a lotus, in the same manner, for Brahma to survive also, it is Vishnu who becomes the support for Brahma. So, Shatadhriti Bhavana Amboruhaha Naladandaha. It is the stalk of the lotus of which is the house of Brahma.
Why are you saying support? I mean, it's pretty clear. I mean, what do you mean? Cake? I didn't understand.
விஷ்ணுவோட நாபி கமலம் இருக்கு. And then where will his leg come and be the நாலதண்டம் there? அதுக்கு சொல்றேன்.
Oh.
Imagining that way can be tough, no?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
அதுக்காக சொல்றேன். அவ்வளவுதான். க்ஷோணி நௌ கூப தண்டஹ. க்ஷோணி ஏவ நௌஹு. The bhumi is let's say it is like a boat, and this becomes the Kupadanda. Kupadanda is the அது பேர் என்ன, அந்த துடுப்புங்கிறோம் இல்லையா, தரணி. தட் இல்ல தரணி இல்ல, அந்த ஓர். யா, ஓர். ஆமா, உடுப்பு. துடுப்பு. வேற எது? துடுப்பு. துடுப்பு தான். துடுப்பு, கரெக்ட். அது கூப்பதண்டா is that on the oar. So his leg seems to be the oars for the earth. That is, it is again, only with that oar can the boat move on the ocean. In the same manner here also, with Vishnu's protection only, the earth can also proceed in its function. So kshoni eva nauhu tasyaha koopadandaha iva asya angridandaha vartate. ksharat amara sarat pattika ketu dandaha. Amara pattika ketu dandaha. Okay. Yes, it is Trivikramavatara idula Kanchipuratla dane, because he belongs to Kanchipuram. He is talking about that Ulagalanda Perumal da anga. Sharad Amarasarit. Amarasarit is Ganga. Ganga which is flowing. And that Ganga which is flowing is like the pataka. There is a flag. Imagine that this leg is like a ketu danda. It is the staff of a flag, and you need a silk color cloth which is flowing, right? Like a flag. And that is Amaraganga. Amarasarit. Ksharat pravahat amarasarityeva pattikarupena vartate. Tadrisha pattikayaha ketudandaha iva asya angripdandaha. So his foot is like the ketudandam, the staff of the flag for Ganga, which is like a flag cloth. Jyotish chakra akshadandaha. His leg is like the akshadandam, or the center point. And when if you have இந்த செக்கு மாடெல்லாம் சுத்திட்டு இருக்கும் இல்லையா, அதுல நடுவுல ஒரு ஸ்டாஃப் இருக்கும், அதுதான் அக்ஷதண்டா. The staff which is right in the center point where all of the stars are all connected and it is roaming around, like Dhruva Nakshatra. Dhruva Nakshatra is like a pole star, and every other Jyotish Chakram, every other constellation is tied to the Dhruva Chakram, which is at the tail end of Shishumara Akriti. Shishumara Akriti is another form of Vishnu. Milky Way nu vechukongole. So it is like so Vishnu is in the form of Shishumara, which is like a Jalajantu, and Dhruva Nakshatra is on the tail. Every other constellation is connected to that Dhruva Nakshatra, like those in a merry-go-round.
Where does this story come? Shishumara, I've not heard before.
Okay, Vishnu Puranathla irukku, Bhagavatathliyum irukku. 5th skandam paathelna, it is where so Vishnu has different forms. If you look at the Vishwarupam, there he also exists as one dolphin kind of shape. If you look at the Milky Way and that anga oru dolphin madri onnu irukum.
That is the Matsyavataram, right? Are you talking about Matsyavataram? No.
It's not the Matsyavatara. Matsyavatara is an avatara as such. That is different.
Yes.
So here all of the constellations revolve around Vishnu, and Vishnu is present in the form of a Jalajantu, like a dolphin. So that is called Shishumara.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. And the Padam is the tail of that Shishumara, where Dhruva exists.
Oh.
So all of this Jyotish Chakram, every constellation, the stars and planets and all of the astereal bodies that you have, astro bodies, whatever that are there in the sky, it is as if they are tied by a string to this Dhruva, and they are roaming around. Pradakshina Rupena.
So it's basically the center of gravity. So like everything is rotating around that one single point.
Yes.
Okay.
So this leg seems to be like that. It gives us that impression. Yeah. Jyotish Chakraksha Dandaha. Next is Tribhuvana Vijaya Stambha Dandaha. Tribhuvana Vijaya, to show that he has won over all three bhuvanas. That's the Trivikram Avatara's purpose is to bring all the three worlds under his control and Bali Adakkardane, to control Bali. So Tribhuvana Vijaya Stambha Dandaha. The moment you win over a country or a place, you immediately go and place a victory pillar in that country, or in that state, in that kingdom. So his leg is like a Vijayastambha for the entire three worlds. So Tribhuvana Vijayastambha Dandaha Vibudha Dveshinam Kala Dandaha. He had put down Bali, who and his retinue, who were all enemies of the Devas. So he is like the Kaladanda, or the Antaka, Yama, one who destroys them. So for all the enemies of the Devas. Saha evam bhutaha traivikramaha angridandaha. The leg of Vishnu, may the padam of Vishnu give you all shreyas, prosperity. Okay. So this pura ungalku you have Rupa Kalankara here. Everything is a superimposition, metaphor matri. Now we can go on to the first paragraph. Hopefully we'll have time. Does someone want to read this, or I think that's good. We can read Nibandhastabhakam ellam padikalam. Okay. Asti Dravideshu Kanchi Nama Nagari Tasyam Aneka Koti Saraha Sreshthi Putraha. Before I go on to, I'll just explain what the slides are all and the different color combinations that I have put, so that it's easier for you to understand. So the first thing is this thing is actually for highlighting the ERC. Explain with reference to context. They will ask you these lines to explain. So nasti adaranam ananugunadaranam va sukham nama. If I highlight it in this manner, then you can make a note of this sentence and highlight it for later. They will ask you for sasandarbham vyakhyata. Okay. The next section here is colored differently. So if you look at the orange highlights, these are all you have to work on the samasta padam here. Work on the vigraha vakya for these samasta padas. Aneka koti saraha, anekesham koti nam, or something. You have to work on the samasta padam. We will do the vyakarana visheshas separately after we do the lesson completely. Okay, we'll go over this entire lesson and do the vigraha vakyam for all of these things. I will talk about the vigraha vakyam as I teach, yes, but still if I miss out on something, we will do it during the vyakarana session. The ones in gray are kriya padam. The ones which are a little in this different color, these are actually you have to first give me the kriya padam dhatu pratyayas, and also it forms there is a vigraha vakyam also in it. Na abhisamikshya anabhisamikshya iti. So that is why I have marked it in this manner. We will work on this later, so make a note of these. Or I will try to give you the document. I don't know if I can give the document. You can take a snapshot of this as we are going through, and then you can refer to this snapshot and work on the vigraha vakyas. Okay,
what is the difference between orange and lavender?
So the lavender will have both. You will have to give the dhatus also for it, pratyayas also for it, and then do the vigraha vakyam.
Okay, it's not okay.
Abhi samikshya abhi plus sam plus iksha dhatu, and then lyap. Then you after forming that, there is a vigraha vakyam also for it. Na abhi samikshya anabhisamikshya.
So you don't want that kind of dhatu pratyaya split up for orange, only for lavender we need.
Okay. I don't need that. Yeah.
So the orange is complete nouns. The lavender seems to be like forms like lyap. And the grays are kriyapadams, sakshat,
yes,
or infinitives. Okay.
There will also be Shatra Pratyayam, Shanacha, Adalamu, I will do great in that manner. Okay.
And this superbly colored series of slides, you're not going to share with us.
You want, I can share.
Okay.
No, don't share until the course is over.
Yeah, I will do that. Okay.
I mean, obviously, you've been working on this for such a long time. So the tips below are tips for reading.
Just some of those, not everything. If there is actually a version on the if you look at the Google Drive, I also have this version also in it. My usual
regular version.
Okay. The book version is also there.
Okay.
If you go to the specific thing, so this is Grihini Gunaha is here.
Okay.
Okay. What is there also? I have marked the highlights. But if you look at the end of this lesson, there is a Katina Shabdarthaha where he has also given a Vigraha Vakyam for some of these words, not everything. If you look at Anabhisamiksha, he is only given as Anavalokya, nothing else. It is more like a meaning. Whereas if you look at Avasita Mahardhi iti padam vartate. So Avasita Mahati Riddhi Yasyaha Tam. This is also present there. For some words it will be there, some words it may not be there. So you have to work it out. That's it.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. Okay, we'll just go over quickly. We'll go over this paragraph. Asti Dravideshu Kanchi Nama Nagari. Daṇḍin is known for his very Padalalityam, Daṇḍin of Padalalityam. There's a grace with which he uses words. You will find that in his Daśakumāracaritam a lot. Some places it will be very small, very little, and then some places he will bring in long Vigraha Vakyam, like how Banabhatta does. So you'll find a combination of both, but at the same time, the words will be very easy to pick up. Asti Dravideshu, Dravida Desheshu. So you have both, you have Andhra, Karnataka, the present Andhra, Karnataka, all of these are Dravida Deshas. Wherever they use puli, tamarind, that Desham is called Dravida Desham. So Dravideshu, Kanchi Nama Nagari, Asti.
Puli connection enna innothu solunga.
Dravidangarthu puli.
Puliya maramma.
Puli is called Dravida in Sanskritam.
Eat tamarind.
Is that from the name of the tree, or this is probably?
Okay. It is that.
Okay.
We all eat tamarind a lot in the south.
Ipodan puliyara saapta.
North alla Gouda, good. They use a lot of vellam.
Jaggery. Okay.
Jaggery.
So they are sweet people, and we are spicy people, I guess.
Absolutely. Spice is life, no? Asti Dravideshu Kanchi Nama Nagari. So there is a city called Kanchi. Tasyam Aneka Kotisaraha Sreshtiputraha Shaktikumāra Nama Asit. So there was, so Kanchi Nama Nagari Asti Adyapi Vartate. So there is a city called Kanchi even now. But in those days there was a Sreshtiputraha. Sreshti is Chettiyarangro, Seth in Hindi. So merchant class. So Sreshtiputraha, the son of a merchant, Shaktikumāra iti tasya nama, Aneka Koti Saraha. He had a lot of wealth. He was a young merchant of great fortune. So Aneka Koti Saraha. Saraha is wealth. Asit. Saha Ashtadasha Varsha Deshiyaha Chintam Apede. As soon as he was just about 18, he had not completed 18. Deshiya is a pratyayam that you put in when it is close to Ashtadasha. It is not fully, completely Ashtadasha. He is just closing in on 18th year. So
around 18.
Around 18. That's all. Yeah, kinchid unam eva, na tu adhikam. When you say around 18 in English, it can mean even 19, it can be even 17, no? But in Sanskritam, Deshiyar is actually used kinchid unam.
Almost 18.
Almost 18. Maybe he was just 17 and 9 months or something like that. Adukulliya, he was worried about the wife here. So, Chintam apede, he got a great worry here. Nasti adaranam ananugunadaranam va sukham nama. Idula paathan irukoma. Okay, that's fine. Adaranam, the dara rahitanam, those who do not have dara, those who do not have wives, or anuguna daraha yasya na vidyate tesham. So ananuguna daranam, those who do not have appropriate or wives who are conducive to them, you know, there is no real happiness for people. Nasti sukham nama, there is no happiness for people who do not have wives, adarana, or those who do not have wives with corresponding qualities, ananuguna. Tat kathannu gunavat vindeyam kalatram. So how can I obtain vindeyam? How is it possible for me to obtain a kalatram, a wife who is gunavat, who's got a lot of good qualities. So Gunavat here is in Napunsakalingam because Kalatram is also in Napunsakalingam. So Gunavat Kalantram, Gunavantaha Daraha. Daraha is a word in Pullingam. Nitya Bahuvachanam. So if I have to use the adjective there, I have to say Gunavantaha Daraha or Gunavati Bharya. Right? So that nasti adaranam ananugunanam va ananugunadaranam va sukham nama. There is no happiness for people who don't have wives or who don't have same frequency wives. So that katham no gunavat vindeyam kalatram. How can I get a wife who has a lot of good qualities? Atha parapratyahriteshu. This is his chinta. Okay. Now atha parapratyahriteshu dareshu yadrichiki sampattim anabhisamikshya kartantikaha nama bhutva vastranta pinadha shaliprastha bhuvam babhrama. And then the color coding enakku konja confusing ah irukku, so I'll just change it. Ata parapratyahareshu dareshu yadrichiki sampattim anabhisamikshya. So not actually finding someone, parapratyahareshu would mean pratyahriteshu, those who brought back wives for him, others who brought him wives. So if somebody else chooses, he found that it was not good for him. It was not, he did not yadrichiki sampattim, yadrichiki Sampattim Manabasamiksha. Illa angedo tappirku. Or nimsham. I think it should be one word nanakare. Parapratyahriteshu Mattavaishan vanda manaivigallan irukku. This is Dvitiya Uchvasa. That is the sixth Uchvasa. 1 minute.
ஒரே காம்பவுண்ட் வேர்டா இருக்கு அந்த சம்பத்.
காம்பவுண்ட் வேர்டா தான் இருக்கணும். Then it is correct. காம்பவுண்ட் வேர்டா தானே இருக்கு.
ஆமா, அந்த பழைய வெர்ஷன்ல அப்படிதான் இருக்கு.
Okay, then அது ஒரே ஒரு நிமிஷம். Let me just change that. அப்ப நான் தப்பு பண்ணிருக்கேன். Parapratya yadrichiki sampattim anabhisamikshya. Okay. எந்த ஒரு குணத்தையும் பார்க்காமல்னு அர்த்தம். That is, he does not see any clear? Okay, good. So parapratyahritesu udareshu, when others brought him wives, he did not see any merit in that. Yadrichiki enna tanakku ishtamana oru merit avan paakkalanu artham. Yadrichiki ishtam sampattim illana adu mele you can also put it in as yadrichikim sampattim anabhisamikshya, not seeing any benefit which was desired by him, that is which was conducive to him. Tadrisha sampattim anabhisamikshya, he did not like arranged marriage. So kartantikaha nama bhutva, kartantikaha here is lakshanajnaha, one who understands samudrika lakshanam. So he puts on a disguise as a person who understands samudrika lakshanam, and he goes around vastra pinadha shaliprastha bhuvam babhrama. He roams around the entire bhumi, having one shaliprastha. Shaliprastha here is just 640 grams of not rice but rice with the husk. So on the nellungrolya, that is shali. So vastranta pinadha, he has a vastram, and in the corner of that vastram he has tied shalinam prastha, one measure of the grains of rice he has tied at the corner of his cloth, and he is roaming around the bhumi. Okay.
So inga vandu kartantikaha nama, I thought it was a proper name, like like apdi illaya?
Apdi illa. Kartantiko nama bhutva edo onnu nu artham.
Oh,
it's not nama is equal to name nu eduthukodadu. Some lakshanajna he adopt of a fortune teller ngrolya andha madri.
And the kartantika is derived from something like kritanta.
One who understands the kritantasya vyavaharana yaha janati iti kartantika prayah.
Kritanta nama brahmanaha vyavaharaha iti va?
Kritantam vetti. Yeah, brahmanaha vidhi. Kritanta is also vidhi, no? Jyotisham main வந்து அந்த மாதிரி எடுத்துக்கணும். So one who knows Jyotisham, one who is an astrologer will also understand samudrika lakshanam here. So here he takes it in the sense of lakshanajna, because it next sentence la it follows and the madri adanala.
No, you are using samudrikajnaha, like what is samudrika once again?
Samudrikangardu adu eppadi solradhu?
Samudra mudraina saha iti va?
Mudra, ama. அந்த லட்சணங்கள் இருக்கும் இல்லையா? சாமுத்ரிக லட்சணம்ங்கிறது palmistry or interpreting the various indications on the body.
Okay, the features of what? Forehead
features
lines,
of the body.
Lines on the palms, sometimes lines on the foot, and yeah, okay.
Adala. Even amap, you know how the body is framed, you know, long neck, short neck, each one has different adik.
किमर्थं तर्हि एते सर्वेपि तथा एव कुर्वन्ति वा? नाम शालिप्रस्थः किमपि पिनद् वस्त्रान्ते
के सर्वे एषः एव एवं करोति.
ओहो, नाम सर्वे अपि कुर्वन्ति.
सर्वे अपि एवं न कुर्वन्ति. He wants to find a wife who is equal to him, who can understand his thoughts. You know, so he decides, he is quite an intelligent person, so he decides to roam around the earth finding another intelligent wife for himself.
Okay.
And also we have to take into consideration, I think, the time, like they can't like go and say I'm like looking for brides, so like he has to have some or astrologer
agenda.
Or lakshana he can have that. Illana poi ரோட்ல போற வரவெல்லாம் I can't do that.
உங்க ஆத்துல பொண்ணு இருக்கா, உங்க ஆத்துல பொண்ணு இருக்கான்னு கேட்டுட்டு இருக்க முடியுமா?
ஆமால. Yeah.
So this is a plot device in the Shali. It's a plot device. It's not anything to do with the craft of kartantikas.
No. This is just for him to decide whether that woman is intelligent enough. For that, he is taking a plot device.
Prastha nama he is set forth abdinna.
இல்ல பிரஸ்தஹங்கிறது 640 grams. It is a measure.
Oh 640 grams. Okay.
ஒரு பிடி நெல்லுங்கறோம் இல்லையா, அந்த மாதிரி.
So it's ovrihi. Okay.
லக்ஷணஜ்ஞः அயம் இதி amushmai kanyaha kanyavantaha pradarshayam babuhuvuhu. So because he knew all the lakshanas, he knew how to interpret the lakshanam on everybody would show their daughters just to know whether they will get a nice husband or not. In those days, that was their idea. The parents wanted that. So lakshanajnaha ayam, because this person was someone who knew lakshanas, amushmai kanyaha pradarshayam babhuvuhu. They showed their daughters. Who showed their daughters? Kanyavantaha kanyaha pradarshayam babhuvuhu. So those who had daughters showed their daughters to him for him to interpret. Yankanchit lakshanavatim savarnam kanyam drishtva sa kilasma braviti. So here braviti sma abdi setukanam. The anvaya you have to do this. So yankanchit lakshanavatim savarnam kanyam drishtva. When he saw, after seeing a girl, Kanya, who was Savarnam, who was Savarna here is like in Vyakaranam, when she has the same thoughts as, or he feels that she might be equal to him, then he would ask her. So Kanchit Lakshanavatim, some girl, the moment he saw, he knew the auspicious marks, right? So as soon as he met a girl of such Lakshanavati, auspicious marks, and if he felt she was also belonging to the same class as he is, it could be a merchant class. Atra varna ashrama iti savarnam, one who belonged to the same varna that he also belonged to, not some other varna here. So then class na jati giti illam paakanolla adukaga
tulyasya prayatnam savarnam.
Adedhaan andha mari dhaan. So mogajada ella alaga irukkan paathundu, if he saw her, if he chanced upon such a girl, Sakila Bravitisma, he used to ask her. What did he ask? Bhadre Shaknoshikim Anena Shaliprasthena Gunavadannam Asman Abhyavaharayitum. Is it possible for you to cook this rice and give it to me to eat? Can you do this? Can you serve me good food? Sadharno illa. Gunavat annam. Good food. With this shaliprastha, with this just one bunch of grains, abhyavaharayitum, asman abhyavaharayitum. This is nijanta here. Abhyavaharati is one who eats. Abhyavaharayati serves food. So, can you serve food for me with this shaliprastha? Can you serve good food for me? Yeah. Iti saha hasita avadhutaha grihat griham praveshya abhramat. Hasitaha cha avadhutaha cha. You have this visheshana ubhaya pada bahubrihi. He was laughed and avadhutaha humiliated. So being laughed and avadhuta can mean shooed away. Grihat griham praveshya abhramat. He entered from one house to another and kept roaming from one house to another. Okay. So this is the premise. So he goes around with a bunch of grains in his hand and he is going to ask someone to cook. One girl will do it and he is going to marry her. Okay. So
when you say Hasita,
no.
So there is so you're saying that he was laughed at.
Yeah.
So there's a niche that antargata niche that you're putting there. Okay. Antargata niche. Okay. And then Avadhuta, I was also thinking, Avadhuta nama somebody who's very pure. Romba anta Avadhuta irukku
Adu Avadhuta Swami, banished in artham.
Banished in artham.
One Avadhuta na sannyasi mari adu mari.
Sannyasi, romba pure.
Rejected, discarded in artham.
Stepped away from society.
Yeah.
Okay, so initially I thought romba ivare sirichinde, ivare carefree poraru nenchen.
இல்ல ரொம்ப சிம்பிளா யோசிக்கணும். அல்ல வந்து இதுவே இல்லையே, ரொம்ப கவலை இல்லைன்னா இருக்கா. சிந்தாயுக்தः ஏஷः கதம் து ஸ்வயம் ஹசிதः அவதூதः பவேத். ஓகே சரி.